What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. I've been hardcore and like hardcore binging on a really popular show from the UK called Love Island that I've been watching through Hayu's reality subscription on demand video service, and it is absolutely incredible. And they actually also happen to have sponsored this video as well. Guys, let me tell you a little bit about what Love Island is for the uninitiated. So if you're from like Britain, the UK, you know what this show is, because like over there it is like what Jersey Shore was like at the peak of its height here, you know, in America and Canada. And in fact, it's now coming here to Canada for the first time exclusively through Hayu. So what exactly is the show? I'll tell you. Love Island takes a group of 20-something-year-old singles and places them in a luxury villa and couples them with complete strangers, forcing them to share everything, including a bed, and they're not allowed to have any kind of contact with the outside world. So it's kind of like Big Brother, except you're supposed to be coupled up and sharing a bed, almost like Bachelor in Paradise as well. It's like a really interesting hybrid of the two. And so it kind of starts off with like the women come rolling in, and then they take their like places on the front lawn of the luxury villa, and then they're introduced to men one by one, and they have to step forward if they're attracted to the man or stay where they are if they're not. And so sometimes two or more women step forward and the man has to choose. Sometimes it's just one and they're automatically paired off together, and sometimes no one steps forward for the guy, which gets to be like pretty freaking awkward and uncomfortable. I know that a lot of people like to laugh at that, but for me, like, I feel so bad for them. Like, it makes me so freaking stressed out. That's like something no one ever wants to have happen to them. So like, it's like, oh, awkward. I hope someone chooses them. And you know, sometimes no one chooses the person, like I said, and they're supposed to sit off to the side. And then as more and more people come over, sometimes the girls will be like, hey, like, none of these people have beat the person that I passed over. Let me just try and pair off with that guy instead. And then they're able to get back in. That's what happened with one of the guys in season 3. And so once everyone is paired off, some couples hit it off and start flirting with each other. Others are quite neutral and like on the fence about it because they still have their eye on someone else in the house. And others are like oil and water. They could not be like any more mismatched. So in the first episode of season 3, there was a girl I really liked named Montana who had matched up with a guy named Dom. Like, they hit it off incredibly well. They were flirting like they had known each other all this time. It was like, you know, wow, look, the show works. Unfortunately, sometimes in the show, like a random person will come join and just mess up the dynamic. So in their case, there was a girl named Jessica who came along, and Jessica is really popular on Instagram. She's got like hundreds and thousands of followers, and she's drop dead beautiful just like Montana and the other girls are, but she just had this like different allure to her, like this confidence and everything, and she shook up the house. She was supposed to take one person and partner with them, leaving one of the other girls single. And when you're single in the island, that can get you kicked off. You're not supposed to be single on the island, right? And so it's a really hard place to be in. And she could have played nice and helped out like some of the guys or the girls who were not feeling their partners. Like, a lot of people campaigned for her to partner up with like them to get rid of like the girls or guys that they weren't feeling. But she stuck to her guns. She felt like she really wanted to be with Dom, even though he was happily coupled up with Montana at that point. And that's exactly who she wound up going for at the end of the day. I seriously respected the heck out of like the balls of steel that she had, because that's not something that I would ever be able to do. I'm so like, oh, I don't want to like rock the boat or anything like that. And she was like, I want what I want, and I'm not making any apologies for it. And it was kind of funny too, because it was a little bit of vengeance in there, because Montana also happened to know Jessica, like very lightly know her outside of the show, because they were dating the same guy. Like, the guy was dating Jessica first, and then Montana came along, and Jessica feels like Montana knowingly continued dating the guy, knowing that he was with her, and her going after Dom and jeopardizing Montana's place in Love Island was a bit of revenge in that respect as well. And the craziest thing about that, you guys, is that Jessica and Dom actually went on to get married earlier this year, like from this show. Like, showmances are usually like, oh, maybe the people want to be on there for social media cred or whatever, or like to be models or actors or TV presenters. But it just so happened to work out in this case, and she had to step on another woman's toes to get her man and you know, the two of them are incredibly happy at this point. And, you know, watching that love story unfold was a really, really big part of season 3 for me. Like, I love a good, like, reality TV love story. That's why I recap, like, you know, Teen Mom, 90 Day Fiance, Married at First Sight. These are all about, you know, reality television romances, which are, like, so incredibly awesome to me. And one of the craziest twists about the whole entire thing is that at the end of the season, there's a winning couple. And then only one half of the couple is given £50,000, and they must decide whether they want to keep the money completely for themselves and run, or split it with their partner. And it's quite crazy, the sort of things that happened when whenever someone is given that kind of money and, you know, trust. Right? Like they depended on someone to get through the whole entire show to the very end, and they just might have to betray them in the name of greed. And some of the results are quite interesting throughout the seasons. So when it comes to my experience watching the show, you guys know I loved Jessica and how bold and badass she was and going after who she wanted. But Amber is also one of those like quiet, like people that you just absolutely adore. Even in the show, she, I think even above Jessica, was like the most sought after girl. She's just a sweet, demure, petite, adorable girl, and she still has no problem like putting her foot down. Like, there was a guy named Harley who she was paired with, and she really liked him. I think she's the one who chose him, but then he started coming on too strong and really trying to push her like in a way that she was uncomfortable with. And so she went up and straight up told him, listen, I'm not comfortable with the way that you kind of suffocate me in this like quote unquote relationship, so I just want to tell you right here right now, it's not going to work out. And she wound up going for a different guy named Kem, who I really liked for her from the very beginning. Like, he's quite petite as well, and she's still shorter, so like it worked. I think a lot of other women on the season would have overlooked him for his height purpose. So they worked really well, but for some reason Kem started treating her the same way that Harley would treat her, and that like he was like really like, ooh, let's cuddle, let's this. And she's like, listen, like I don't like when people treat me like that. Like, I know what you're trying to do. We're not gonna just cuddle. Like, you're clearly trying to like stick it up my butt or something like that, and I'm not here for it. And like, I really love that about Amber. And like I said at the very beginning of this video, I've been binge watching Love Island through Hayu's like reality like subscription service. It is so freaking good. I am not even joking. And this isn't even the only show that I watch on Hayu. I was MIA for like a solid like 4 days. I think it took me to get through Real Housewives of Atlanta. There was a season that I didn't watch. It was when Kenya and Portia first came on the scene. I never watched that season, and I've always wanted to, and I had no way to do it. So like, I binge watched the hell out of that on Hayu. And right now I'm also addicted to Shahs of Sunset, which I can't believe I've been missing out on for this long. But again, like, if you're here, then you're a reality television lover, and this is the, you know, the service for you. I kid you not. Okay. There are over 6,000 episodes from over 200 different reality shows, including Love Island, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, The Real Housewives, and $1 Million Listing franchises, with 750 new episodes added each year. It really does let you catch up on complete series from season 1, episode 1, all the way up until the very end, which means that you can binge from the very beginning. It's also available on multiple devices as well, whether it's your mobile phone, your iPad, tablet, on the web, like Chromecasting to your smart TV or whatever, like, you have Hayu. It is amazing. And you can also download the shows to watch them like later whenever you're off of data as well, which I seriously like love. It's great for when you're traveling, whether it's a simple commute to work or you're on a flight somewhere as well. And the craziest thing about all of this is that you get it all for only $5.99, and that's with the taxes included per month. That's like what, like a Starbucks order, a smoothie. Like, it's really that easy. I got a couple months for free via Hayu, full disclosure here, but once my like free trial ends with them, I'm still going to be paying the $5.99 like anybody else, because I'm addicted to reality television and I recap reality television. So like, it's a complete no-brainer for me to have this. And you know, again, like, I've rediscovered shows that I've always loved, like Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm going to go back and binge on Housewives of Potomac as well. And I've also discovered new shows that I'm obsessed with also, like Love Island and Shahs of Sunset. So like it's a complete win-win for me, and $5.99 is like a total steal if you ask me. You guys, it's really simple to get started. I'm gonna leave a link down in my description box for you to subscribe to Hayu so that you can get all of these like amazing reality television shows for yourself. If you're interested in watching Love Island, I seriously think that you'll absolutely adore it. It's always great to see crossovers. Like people around the world like are so used to getting American shows, but we're not used to getting like shows from across the pond. So I really love like that aspect of it. I'm sure you'll absolutely love it. Feel free to tweet me, Instagram me, like whatever your favorite moment of like the seasons. Anytime we can chat because I'm obsessed with the show. You guys, that's all for me. As usual, I'm more excited to hear what you have to say. Have you ever watched Love Island? If you have, who were your favorite characters? Make sure to leave all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. You can also like this video, subscribe for more. Feel free to share it with your friends as well, and follow me across social media where I absolutely love chatting with you. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.